Hi everybody, how's everybody doing? My name is Cheska. I am based in Doha, Qatar, and I've been making cakes for the past 10 years. So today I'm so happy to do a demonstration, and I'll do this rose. Okay, it's just a 5-petal rose. I use a 5-petal cutter. It's very easy. It's something you can do overnight when you have a cake order the next morning. This one, half bloom, and then of course the bud that is slowly opening up. This is not botanically correct. Okay, this is more of a stylized rose, and I love making stylized flowers. One of the reasons that I love working with sugar is because you can play with it. You can put your own twist and your style to it. The leaves, of course, we're gonna do in gold as well, so I'll show you how I do that. And here's another one here, 2 of them right at the bottom. To ask questions, alright? I'd love to get in touch with everybody. So I'll see you later. Bye. This one we are making a rose in red. So I'm using lapid. This is actually a fondant that I put Tylus in just because I like the color. When I'm working with flowers, I like to use satin ice. It's my favorite one. Or if I had to make my own, I follow Nicholas Lodge's gum paste recipe. Okay, this is corn flour mixed with icing sugar. That's what I use. So just take a little bit. Okay, depending on the size, of course, that you want. You have to condition your gum paste. Alright, just condition it. What you want to do now is put it on your palm, create a ball, make a ball. So you're pressing it, you're squishing it, okay, so that you don't have the any cracks or lines. You're preventing it. Again, this is a bit sticky, so I'm just gonna put more corn flour in my hand, squishing it. Okay, so you have that. Now with your finger, okay, with your index finger, just touch on the bottom part, right here on one side, and gently move. Rock it from side to side like so. Okay, you don't need to push it hard, just a little bit. Okay, but don't work so slow either, because you don't want your gum paste to dry on you when it starts having cracks. Okay, so this is your cone. Just shape it. You can see that my thumb and my index finger, I'm just squeezing it together, creating a V shape right there. All right, so that's my cone right there. Don't worry about the icing sugar and the corn flour, the dusting powder. Don't worry about that right now. We'll take care of that later on. So again, 18 gauge wire. What you need to do with this one is you need to create a hook. All right, very simple. One end, turn like so, okay, and press. It's a little bit big to my liking, but that's okay. My base, it's big as well. Dip it in glue. Okay, once you dip this in glue, you need to take out the excess. Make sure that you take it out. You don't want this to be too wet inside. Okay, just a little bit. Take it out like that. Okay, and then when you push it in, turn your wire gently, and then don't push it all the way through. Just feel that it's up until here, 3/4 up, like so. And then on this side, close it. You can even take a portion of your gum paste, like what I'm doing. It's too sticky, just take a little bit of corn flour and dusting powder there, okay, and press to secure. Okay, and then twist this, take it off. You want it clean. Okay, and then use this. You can use this 24 hours later. You really cannot use this right away, because if you use this right away, it's just gonna start falling off. Okay, the only disadvantage of having gum paste as your base is, of course, it can be very heavy. If you're making a lot, then it can be very heavy on your cake. Okay? A little bit of glue. And press in. Just make sure that it's not really all the way through, okay? Just make sure that it's not all the way through, otherwise you're gonna poke a hole. And this kind, it's nice if you have this, see that? That will actually lock your wire in place. There you go. Okay. And you can use it in a bit. Okay. So generally, what I do with my pedal is if I want it thin. So if you have a KitchenAid machine, KitchenAid mixer, and you can have an attachment for the pasta maker, that should be great. And if you have that, then I would go to number 6, maybe as a beginner, and number 7 if you're quite adventurous. So here, I already prepared this. All right. I'm just gonna, whatever gum paste you're not using, make sure that you keep it in a Ziploc bag. I always make sure that they're kept fresh. Okay, so this one, my glue out. If you guys need a recipe for the glue, just let me know. I'll give that to you as well, but it's fairly easy. It's just water and Tylus. I don't use any special glue. I don't buy glue. I make it just with the Tylus powder. Okay, so just roll it thinly. Make sure that it's really thin. Okay, so that's thin enough for me. So when your petals are thin, then your flowers will have a lot of movement, you know, it's a bit more dainty. There you go. So I'm gonna use this. Now this is not a very sharp cutter, okay? And usually this kind of cutter will have like a slope in the middle. Okay, so what I generally do when I have that kind of cutter, just I put my gum paste on top of it, and then I roll my rolling pin. Okay, and then with a little bit of shortening, I have shortening here. What I will do is I'll just swoops like this to make sure that I have a clean cut. Okay, I make sure that I have a clean cut. There you go, it just came out. Okay, so that's one already. What I will do, I will keep it aside. I will actually pre-cut my petals like so. Now, all my storage boards are occupied. I have some stuff in them. So this is calendar that I'm not using anymore. So I just sanitize it and I clean it, and I use it as my board. See, you don't really need to buy expensive things. Now the idea is when you have this and you're working, especially in an air-conditioned room, what I would generally do is I will have like a wet cloth, and I will keep that on top of that, so that it stays moist, the gum paste. It doesn't dry out, because even if they are in a storage board like this, the tendency is for your gum paste to get dry. So I would, while working, I would just cover it. Now, let's say you don't have this at home, talagang you don't have it, wala. You can use any Ziploc bags, and you can just put any cutouts inside, like so. Okay, like that. That's also very economical, and I do that a lot as well. Okay, so we are gonna make the bud. See, it gets so it stays so moist that they're even attaching to each other, like so. Okay. By the way, guys, I'm from Bacolod, so if I speak in Tagalog, as in, maybe you will laugh at me. I teach, by the way. I'm a cake decorating instructor. So I speak a lot in English when I teach, so it's kind of second nature to me. Okay. But I am very fluent in Tagalog, in Ilonggo. Okay, so that is not very clean cut right there. Okay, so this is your first layer. Now, I want you to listen to me very well. Okay, so imagine this as, I'm going to take that out of your way so that we can concentrate only on this. Okay, so imagine this as your head. This is the head. So there's one, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will not do it in numbers because I am, I don't know, I'm a bit dyslexic when it comes to numbers. Okay, so we do, this is the head. These are 2 arms and 2 legs. Okay, so that's the head, 2 arms and 2 legs. Now, we will thin the edges. So when you thin the edges, you basically hold your balling tool, like a pencil. You only thin the edge. But if you want to, for example, vein your petals, this is, I usually do this after I thin it. Okay, so I have here a rose veiner. I'm just going to keep that aside. So now what I'm going to do, if you don't have this and say you have this too, so when you're thinning, you thin on this pad, okay? The thin one, like so, okay? So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to go half on the mat, half on the foam, half in on the petal. So we go like so. One go is usually perfect. That's okay. So just, you don't want to ruffle it, okay? You just want 1, another 1, 2, and 3. You're done. That's it. Nothing else, okay? So I'm gonna use this. All right? I'm gonna use this. So what you do, glue, don't saturate it with glue, okay? Be generous, but at the same time, don't be overly generous. So just glue everywhere. So if you notice, what I did is I took my glue from my container, like so, and I put it on the mat because I don't want to overly saturate my cone. Okay? And then hold it. What you can do is use the space between your middle finger and your index finger and just press it. I'm gonna brush all over my cone some glue. Okay, like so. And then I'm gonna consider this as the head. So 1 head and 1 leg. I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna put glue, but not on the tip of the petal. Okay, so just there, and then here. I put quite a bit there. I'm gonna take a little bit off. I'm gonna put it on 1 leg. So 1 head, 1 leg. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm fully aware that I did not cover my cone with the, if you want to be certain that the white styrofoam will not show, what you can do is you can take a little bit of gum paste of the same shade and just cover that. Put a little bit of glue on it, press it there, and that's it. But generally, I will not even bother with this. Okay, I'll show you why. So I'm gonna put this up. I'm gonna make sure that it is over my cone, like so. I hope that's very clear. Let me just double check the video. There you go, okay. And then one of my legs, I'm gonna put it up. Okay, so, and I'm gonna do a yin and a yang. I'm pushing them on top. See that? I'm gonna put 1 in right there, and this I'm gonna make sure goes over. Okay, don't worry about this right now. I'm gonna go on the other side, and this I'm gonna put up. I'm gonna make sure that this is very, very tight, like so. Okay, and this goes over. Very tight, that you will not see the white inside. That's how tight I want the center to be. And then I'm gonna push it a little bit up. There you go. I'm creating my own shape using my petals. Okay, I'm creating my own shape of the cone because it's a little bit on the chubby side here, you know. When you make your own cone, if you can see the difference, See that? This is a nice bud. Even when you buy the rose bud, see that? It is a bit tapered, okay? This one is a little bit on the fat end. Okay, so just make sure that this is tight, very tight. And push it up gently. Okay, now you have 1, 2, 3 petals left. What you want to do is just do the same. Glue, but not all the way up. The tip of the petals, don't put any glue on them. Okay? And what you want to do right now, so that's your 2 arms. So your this one, you just press it. Okay? 1 arm up. 1 arm over the seam. So you see this? This is where your petals met. Okay? So you're gonna start there. Don't make it a bit higher, just the same level as the previous one. Okay, same level as the previous one, and the other one, same level. Okay, you don't want it higher or lower. Definitely not lower. You don't want it lower. Try to avoid that. And then glue. If they can reach, they reach. If they don't reach, it's okay. No need to force it. Okay, and then just make them meet in a tight circle again, a tight yin and yang again. Okay, this one I'm gonna pull up like so, and this one I'm just gonna put here. Then the rest. So what's important? Okay. So now what you want to do is just gently press here. Don't worry about that, guys. We're gonna cover that later. This time, I'm gonna show you something that it really is my favorite thing to do. I will glue this part 3/4 down on all. 3/4 down on all. Okay. Avoiding much of the edges. The bottom part, 3/4 down on all. Yeah, down on all. Okay. If it's too much glue, just take it away. Okay. It's like my glue is a little bit on a thick side. I need to thin it out. Okay, so now using the same one. Also, if you have a foam like this, it's quite good to use it instead of your hands, just in case you find it difficult to do that. Just poke it right in the middle, like so. Okay. And then I'm just gonna put this, pull it up, make sure that it's the same level as the previous one. Okay. I'm gonna glue on the left side. Keep my right side open. I'm gonna glue that. Okay. Now this. Glue on the left again. Next one. Glue on the left. Make sure that the levels of petals are somewhat the same. It cannot be lower than the first layer, okay? And again. Now this is a bit higher. I'm gonna take it off and pull it down back. I don't want it to go really high. That's okay, leave that for now. Okay? And then the next one, you have to tuck it here. Open this and tuck it. Put it there. There you go. Okay? So see that? Doesn't look very pretty right now, right? You can take it out now. Glue the bottom part, just half bottom part. Glue that. You can leave this as is if you want, but as I say, I like the stylized effect. So what I'm gonna do is every end that I kept unglued, I'm gonna take my modeling tool. You can also use a toothpick, whatever you're comfortable with. okay? I'll show you with a toothpick because that's what everybody has at home. I'm gonna take the edge of the petal against my finger and in between the toothpick, and I'm gonna furl it backwards. I'm gonna furl it like so. And then the next one, pull it out. And the next one. And the next one. So this is just 2 layers. So this is, you can just leave it like this as a part of your display. And then we can work on the next bloom, okay? And thin and thin, okay? Move it to the thick pad. If you don't have this kind of pad, you have this. All right, I know that a lot of you would have this. Just use the soft part of this, which is maybe on this one is the white one, okay? But since I have this and I'm gonna use that, what you do is just cup 1, 2, 3. Just press your ball tool right at the middle of your petal and pull back. Press in the middle and pull back. Press in the middle and pull back, okay? And then press at the center. You want it to cup like that. Okay, I'm just gonna move my petal right back here on the thin pad. And I'm just gonna make sure that this is secured because it's happened to me so many times that it's not dry enough and I just keep building and building and then boom, you know, it just make the hole. There you go. Don't forget where your head, your arms, because alright, we're gonna basically do the same thing because this one I want to make a tight rose, okay? So my head, okay, just a V. Just make a V on all petals. V glue on all petals. Make sure that the bottom is glued. V on each petal and the bottom. Make sure it's secured. Sometimes when you put too much glue as well, it takes so much to dry that building your petals becomes very, very hard. I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna just make sure that we meet at the seam right there. So I'm just gonna pull up slowly, gently, and do that. Open one side because again, you want a yin and a yang. And then meet on the other seam, like so. See that? Okay. Yin. Pulling down again. And yang. Okay, so we're slowly opening it, but not so much. Okay. Next one. 1. And what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna make sure that the left, maybe on your side you're gonna see it on the right, but I'm doing the left side. I'm gluing the left side. Okay, so basically you want to glue one side, okay? That's what I'm trying to say here. And then make it meet and glue on this side and press the center. Whoops, that's a bit way low. I want it a bit higher than the initial layer. Wait, let me do that again. There you go. Okay, I hope I'm not out of screen. And then the next one, again, put up and press on one side. Okay, and secure. Secure at the bottom. Secure at the bottom. I just do this, and then again with my favorite tool, open up gently, not so much as the others. One, just open it like so. 2, So this time what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna thin the edges. Okay, thin. No need to, and then turn it upside down on the thick foam, and then cup all petals. This is really very easy. Cup, and then turn it back again. Okay, and then press the middle. There we go. Okay, and glue just the bottom part. Okay, like so. And this is really the easiest part, I guess. What we need to do is just flip it over. You can stop at this point if you want, by the way, okay? For me, normally, I would stop maybe at this point. See, look at me, I'm still tweaking. Okay, turn. And just, now what you want to do is make sure that they are overlapping. So I'm going to do that one. I'm going to turn it 2. I'm going to turn it 3. I'm going to turn it 4. 5. And there you go. And press. Make sure it's secured. Looks funny right now, but again, ting ting ting. Furl. Oh, furl it. You can also put tissue and stuff like that. And there's our rose. Very easy. Seriously, it's super duper easy. So I'm just gonna hang this upside down. I'm gonna wait like maybe 20 minutes for this to dry, leather dry, and I'm gonna tweak it a little bit. Okay, so I'll show you how to tape. So you basically activate this, the floral tape, by pulling it, okay, stretching it, and then what you do is you don't start at the very top. You start here, 1/4 down, okay, and then twist the one, a little bit of an excess, just twist that, okay, and then once your tape is secure, just push it up like so, and then continue on. Okay. There we go. Okay, you can also cut your floral tape in half if you want, but I'm not very particular at this point. Okay. I'm quite happy with that. Now we're gonna put them together. So I'm just, this is vodka, okay? I'm gonna spray there a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit more of gold. Just a little bit. Okay, put it there. And mix it like a paint. There you go. So now I'm gonna take this, okay? What you want to do are just accents, okay? And then I don't brush it like this, I brush it sideways, like so. Okay, a little bit maybe at the center, very lightly. Okay. So for example, for something like this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that that is highlighted. I'm gonna brush the gold there. See that? I'm gonna make sure that that is highlighted. There you go. Wherever there's a imperfection, I'm gonna highlight it. And another one here. There you go. Condition your gum paste. Okay, condition your gum paste. And take just a small portion of it. Okay. And then with one hand, you're holding the wire. This is 28 gauge wire. Okay, this is 28. Press your gum paste against the wire, and while you're holding it, just keep twisting it until you go up there. Okay, twist and twist, twist. So the wire is just moving on top and not at the bottom, and just take out the excess. Okay. This is in yellow because we are going to color this in gold. So that's why this is in yellow. It's just easier than coloring it in white. Okay. Very thin, less than 1/16 of an inch, okay? Okay. And then you cut. All right, so now you put your twiddled wire there. Put your gum paste on top. Okay. No glue needed. Put your veiner, the opposite end, and just press. Okay. And then you take it off. And you won't even know that it's there. Okay. So maybe I'll use this one here, just on top of it. You kind of have to decide or just follow where you think they should be. Just trust your instinct on how you're going to decorate this. And then maybe I'll do the other one right here. So I have this cluster. Okay, so I'm gonna do that and I'll come back to you guys. So here's our finished spray of gold leaves and red roses. Merry Christmas, everybody.